just all of UpLive.
Hello, I've got people everywhere.
People. We got it all.
All right, so hey guys, we are, today is September 11th,
all right, let's
Tuesday,
do this.
And we're kind of getting organized, so we're on UpLive. We have 3 UpLives going right now, and we're Facebook Live with you. Let us know you can hear us or see us. That's always my favorite thing to ask, because who wants to shoot a show when nobody can hear you or see you? Although I think you can hear Brett from It's Brett TV anywhere in the world. This is my friend Brett Schulman. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, and thanks for having me here, Ted.
Thank you.
This is one of my favorite places in the whole world to be. We're shooting around the world on UpLive. We're on everywhere. Amazing. Thousands of people are going to be coming on. We're doing a world broadcast today to get you rocking and rolling. We have some incredible guests today. We have the Blueprint. Matt Morgan, I'm telling you, it's going to be exciting.
Right behind you.
Right behind us, 7 foot, 330 pounds, the Mac Daddy of them all. We got the world famous Keith Kong, one of the greatest mentalists I've ever seen in my life. He's going to do some great entertainment. And then we have the beautiful Jenny Lee, who's going to give you a big update on what's going on with her book that she's written, and it's getting ready to go prime time.
Prime time.
So I tell you what, it's an exciting day to be right here on the Ted Show, and
thanks for taking care of me too, buddy. As you guys know, I can be a little bit of a handful, so Brett has been super patient with me as I'm learning UpLive, and that always brings me the coolest people to have on the show. So, and couldn't you listen to his voice all day long? It's just very, believe it or not, it's very soothing.
Oh, it's just soothing. Yeah, Bell TV's like, what? I'm just kidding. A big shout out to all of our great friends out in UpLive world. You know, Bell TV's out there. Look at all these people coming across. We got people from everywhere. The numbers are just going crazy, and we got some special surprises today too.
I'm excited.
Courtesy of Christine, our owner. So we're real excited that everybody's going to be a part of this thing. And it's just going to be amazing. And so let's start it off. Let's talk a little bit about the broadcasting platform of UpLive.
Please do, because I think a lot, so people know, because I talk about it all the time on Facebook Live, people talk and they want to know more about it. But I'm learning because of you, thankfully. But tell them more about the platform. I think it's important.
Well, first of all, UpLive was created in China, and it is just gone absolutely incredible. We have over 100 million downloads. It's the fastest trending broadcasting app there is today. And what's amazing about it is we have the greatest talent in the world. We have the greatest celebrities in the world. You know, we got Matt Morgan. We got Keith Kong. We got the Queen of Versailles, Jackie Single. We have Tatiana Sidorova. We have Jenny Lee. We have Johnny Magsax. It just goes on. Oh, Dana Kamid and Sharon Kamid and Aguilar and the whole family. And she's got her sister that is an incredible rock star. She plays and she sings, and she's an artist. And we just have every platform you can think about. We have comedians, singers, dancers, politicians, millionaires, billionaires.
We've had some great singers on here. The last time you were here, we brought on Leon Zellers, right?
Yep.
And so that was such a cool thing. Tell them about how that works with you can bring guests on and they can perform and everybody can take a look.
You know, what's really exciting about this opportunity to be on UpLive is an opportunity to bring other individuals on your broadcast. For example, I could just touch a button right there and I can have other individuals, like entertainers, to come in and play the saxophone like Johnny Magsax, the Mac Daddy of the saxophone playing. And he's amazing. I tell you. Or singers like Dana Kamid and Sharon. They are absolutely incredible. And Katie Lay. Oh my gosh, she is amazing. She's a beautiful playing guitar, and she's a gorgeous singing voice and everything. She's just amazing. But the nice thing about it is you just touch a button, share the broadcast, they could come in, and it will build your audience for you. And they could be on the other side of the world.
Right.
Which is really cool.
So cool.
So it helps to build your audience. The people come in, they like you, they love you, they share you, they follow you. And you know what? They're all a part of your show that you get to do for an hour. And the great thing about it is, you know, if you guys are on Facebook and you like to do Facebook Live, you need to download UpLive, because you know what? We pay you for broadcasting.
I do it. So every show I do for 2 audiences, Facebook Live
Yep.
and UpLive. And I mean, you can see I have a great Facebook Live following.
Yep, you do, and I see everybody waving and saying hello to you.
The UpLive family, it's so cool because there's so many people from all over that come in and tune in, and then they'll message me later and tell them a little bit about how the videos go, because Facebook Live, you hit post. That's not how UpLive works.
Right. UpLive works in a different type of a situation. UpLive works where it's a live broadcasting app. However, you can also record your video for 10 seconds. That's called a My Moments type thing, which I have like 40 of them. And you can also, by the way, that's on the iPhone. Now, if you have a Samsung, it's going to be 15 seconds, so you get 5 seconds more.
Oh, no.
Also, on the Android, you can invite up to 6 people
wow.
on your phone at the same time.
I did not know
It's
that.
like the Brady Bunch party. On iPhone, you can have 3 people, which is really fun. So it's a great way, if you're 18 years or older, you can be a contracted host. You can show us what you got. And you know what? That's why we have Keith Kong here today.
I love it.
The man is amazing. He's going to mystify you. He's going to take you to another level. I tell you what, it's just going to be nuts. But coming up in just a couple minutes, we got the Blueprint, Matt Morgan, the Commissioner Longwood. We're so excited to have him today. You know, it was his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt. And he is amazing. He's funny. He tells you how it is, brother, whether you like it or not. And I love it. I love it. But you know what? We're on the 15th floor. We're in the penthouse. And it's just beautiful. We're looking all over Orlando, Florida right now.
We're at the Citrus Club, of course, and every time you come up here, it's funny because we get pretty loud, and so I always have to make sure that we have a room as far away. No, it's all right. You can. I did it. I learned from last time. You can talk as loud as you want, brother, because I'm like, I need the room furthest away from everybody else.
Yeah.
But that's good because you get excited. You can feel the passion is palpable, and so that's what got me excited about UpLive.
Well, the last girl told me you need to sit outside on the balcony. That's how loud I was. But that's okay. You know, we're going down for that little rabbit hole, if you will. Okay. But, hey, everybody get out there and download UpLive. Get out there and watch what the world is doing. It's a great way to get entertained. You know, you got people like Bell TV, who is an amazing speaker. She has a great show that she does, You Can, You Up. That's another broadcasting opportunity that I want to get you on there, so that you can show the whole world, and they can listen to you, and they can love you, and they fall in love with you, and they like you, they love you, they share with you, and they send you gifts. That's the best part about it.
So I'm trying to learn about the gifts. Can you give them a little bit of an insight on what a gift is?
Sure. Well, you know, what we do is we have what is called cryptocurrency, and it allows an individual to go on there, and it's like when you go to a restaurant, and you say, wow, that waiter was really, really good. Let's give them a big tip. Well, a tip is a gift, and a gift is a U-coin or a diamond. Oh. And it all translates into money at the end of the month.
Okay.
And what the beautiful thing about it is, it adds up, and it adds up really fast, especially if you're talented. If you know you are going to be, if you're a magician, a singer, a dancer, a comedian, anything that will make people smile. I mean, I've seen some singers on here, like the Kate Winston. Amazing. The girl was in America's Got Talent.
Wow.
She's one of our hosts. Dana Kamid and Sharon Aguilar. Amazing. Johnny Magsax. Kate R. Sachs, which is
Sharon Aguilar Kamid a realtor as well?
Yes, she is.
I'm meeting with her.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes, she is.
How cool.
And how about this? Tatiana Sordova.
She was
former
Mrs. Florida.
That's
I
right.
had her on the show before.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
And she, by the way, special announcement, she's our brand new Latin talent manager for UpLive.
Oh my God, that's
as
so
of
cool.
yesterday.
That's awesome.
And of course, we have the beautiful, the amazing Jacqueline Siegel, our ambassador for UpLive, who is just spectacular. I'm telling you what, it's amazing the things that this woman does.
She's awesome. She's
incredible.
On the show. She pops on my UpLive show occasionally and says hi and says stuff too.
She is amazing, and I'm telling you what, she's doing some beautiful things out there with her and her husband David from Central Florida Investments, and we love those people. We love them, and we got by the way, great news. David from Central Florida Investments, CFI, is sponsoring the World of Westgate.
The World of Westgate.
That's right. It's a NASCAR race next Saturday.
That's right, because you're into racing.
That's right. Well, this is a truck race.
Oh, it's a truck race.
Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, we have Trinity Phillips and we have Louis Delgado from the Now Matters More Foundation who are sponsoring a truck that's going to be in the race at the World of Westgate 200, and it's going to be spectacular. So we can't wait. We're all going up there. Jackie's going up there. Trinity Phillips, Louis Delgado, myself, and we have Bob Belcher that's going to go out there too. The Godfather of UpLive. He's going to be there too, and we're all going to be doing broadcasting right there at the Las Vegas Raceway with Jacqueline Siegel and WPSN99.com.
Don't you want him to announce everything for you? Like, seriously. No. You know, Matt Morgan says, no, you do not.
Hey, you know, I got to tell you something. And this is funny because we had something really cute. We were all talking about Jackie Siegel's. Well, you know what? We might want to have you do the announcing. And I'm thinking, oh, that would be cool. So I was like, Jackie, can I really do it? She goes, well, we'll talk about it when we get to Las Vegas. So guess what? For like 2 hours last night, I'm like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Westgate, right here in Las Vegas. On behalf of the David Siegel Foundation and all the hundreds of thousands of people that work for Central and Farmers, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Okay, that's just part of it. But anyway,
we love you.
I don't want to give it all away, but it's better than that.
Hey, Nick and Maggie. Oh my God, you're awesome.
It's crazy.
We've got I have lots of love coming in, tons of love.
Yeah, you have, and look at all the likes and the loves all over the world. Look at all this. We're already almost to like 1,000 already.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's amazing. We got Keith Kong's platform going. We have my platform. Matt Morgan's in the back getting ready to come on here in just a minute here. And you're rocking and rolling. We got Jenny Lee over here.
And O'Dallas, we can see you in the back there. That's my friend O'Dallas who's in the audience today.
Yep.
Hi, O'Dallas.
Hi.
And speaking of that, there's Louis Delgado right there.
Hi, Louis.
From WPSN99.com. The man himself right there. Say hello. Oh, there you go, right there. Louis Delgado in the house.
Louis Delgado.
Louis Delgado. Now Matters More Foundation. We're excited and we're happy to be here. A big shout out to Jacqueline Siegel. She had a documentary that just came out a couple of days ago that was absolutely beautiful.
Is this The Princess of
The
Versailles?
Princess of Versailles. It was a tearjerker, sold out theater. It was just amazing. It was an incredible documentary on unfortunate circumstances that happened to their family and all the things that they went through and the transitions. And it was just, I'm telling you what, it needs to be on in every single high school because those kids need to see that stuff.
Understood.
Because I tell you what, if they could save one life, it would be phenomenal. The Victoria Voice Foundation, for those of you folks that want to donate, get out there and let's make a difference in our community. David Siegel and Jackie Siegel going up to Washington, D.C., and put the smack down on those congressmen, saying, you know what, we need to do something about it now. Quit talking about it. Let's do something about it. And you know what? That's what's, that's really, really important. So
you
Ted,
never need a bullhorn, do you?
No, I don't.
You probably don't need a microphone.
We don't need no stinking microphone, Ted. No, I'm serious. But anyway, it all is a great platform for communication to the world.
Agreed.
This is a beautiful thing. You're doing a beautiful thing. We love you, Ted.
Love you.
And I tell you what you do out here, and you bring the greatest people out here on this show
Such a blessing.
to tell them everything that they're doing and making a difference in the community. And, we love you, Ted. I'll tell you. And we're so proud to be here. But let's get this party started. What do you think?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. I think, Mr. Morgan, are you ready, sir?
We're going to start with the shortest guest.
Yeah, we're going to start 7 foot tall, 330 pound, the blueprint. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Morgan. Come on in here, Matt.
Come sit.
What's up, guys?
Want to bring him a chair? You're going to sit behind us? You probably sit. Are you sitting just with me? I like it.
There you go.
Okay if I get this in here, you guys?
However you got. We're good. No, not at all. I want to get you in the shot, though. You going to get in there?
See if we can fit.
All right.
There you go. He's
There
good.
you look. As long as you're in there, I'm golden. All right.
Lord.
You notice that he just takes up the whole frame.
I like it. I wasn't sure when Brett described you. I'm like, how am I going to make this work? It's going to be so off on the height.
Sitting down.
You did good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually 7 foot guy, long legs, generally.
Long legs, long. All right, tell us about you, Matt, because obviously when people hear Matt Morgan, they think of the attorney. But you have a whole life, and you've done so many amazing things, and you're currently a commissioner in Longwood, correct?
I am. That's what I'm currently at. But I was a former 13-year WWE superstar. I was on people's TV sets on the highest-rated cable television show, the longest reigning television show in episodic TV history. longer than Gunsmoke, longer than The Simpsons, and that's Monday Night Raw as well as SmackDown. It's been inception for professional wrestling on television weekly since 1992.
And how did you get into wrestling?
Every single week.
How did you get in?
Your
height was natural, or?
No, well, that's for bad. No, we'll get into that. But I played college basketball. That's where I started. Graduated college magna cum laude, third in my class.
Awesome.
And upon that, I was looking to play pro. Definitely wasn't good enough to play pro, in my opinion, but still had NBA tryouts, things of that nature. Met the owner of Vince McMahon of World Wrestling Entertainment. Convinced me about pro wrestling. I've been a lifelong fan of it, just didn't know how to get involved in it.
Sure.
And again, watched it since I was 6 years old and just completely caught up in the whole superhero of it. You know what I mean?
It does have a really
superheroes.
cool superhero villain thing to it.
Yeah,
I think that's what people really love because they want to see the underdog come up, but they also want to see somebody beat the bad guy.
And because of my size, it's generally easier for me to portray the bad guy. People don't like to root for Goliath; they like to root for David.
Absolutely.
So it's always an easy typecast to play, right? So it's an easy story to tell in the ring and backstage on the microphone, things of that nature. But what I was going to say was, upon that, I did it for 13 years. Me and my wife been trying to have kids for 14 years, and we were told we basically have no shot in hell of ever having children, right? We went through 7 bouts of IVF, all of them with ICSI, which is incredibly expensive. We spent over $100,000 doing this, and it didn't take. And then finally, year of 14 of now not really trying, she naturally got pregnant. It was incredible. It was a miracle.
Wow.
And so the day my son was born, like I didn't have any reservations. I didn't know what I was going to do. Like I thought I would just continue to wrestle, and that would continue to be my job. But the minute he was born, there's this just switch. I don't know how to explain it. It just went off in my head that I'm never going to be away from him overnight. There's no way I can do 5 days a week.
Sure.
That's the schedule, man. For wrestling,
I
people
can't
don't get
even
this.
imagine.
5 days a week of every month of every year. There's no off season. You're on the road those 5 days. The only time you're home is when you're injured. Now I have a kid for the first time. I'm a new father, and this was just about 4.5 years ago. He's 4.5, and his name is Jackson.
Awesome.
He's nonverbal autistic, and even more reason why I needed to retire and be home and be a team with my wife to help what he was about to start battling, right? And with that, it becomes now, what am I doing to ensure his future? You start to look around your city, and you start to see, well, what's really going on here? What are we doing as a city in Longwood that can provide for our children's futures as far as becoming tomorrow's leaders, as far as education goes, as far as places simply to play, places of entertainment, restaurants. You start to look at everything. And then you start to become armchair quarterback boy. You start going, well, if I was this, I'd be doing this. If I was the mayor, I'd be doing this. These guys don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And instead of being that guy, I've always been a doer, not really a talker. And threw my name in the hat to run for commissioner. Other neighbors had suggested and backed me. And, went out there and tried and knocked on every single door in that city of Longwood. And God bless, won my election. And I've been there just about a year this November.
Was it what you thought it would be?
Yikes. The campaigning part? No. The battle between you and your opponent? No. You always hear politics is dirty. I just thought, look, this is Longwood. It's a 6-mile city. This isn't like Los Angeles. This isn't New York. This isn't Chicago. It's Longwood, right? It's this beautiful, charming, sleepy little city that everyone likes. But I never for 1,000,000 years would have thought that would become what it become in my campaign. I mean, these guys put like 3 super PAC groups against me.
Really?
In a 6-mile commissioner race, just so you guys know, that's rare. It doesn't happen.
That is so rare.
You don't have Big Sugar and Big Tobacco
No.
going against a commissioner seat. That just doesn't happen.
Why do you think that was?
Because I scare the you-know-what out of people. I have a big mouth.
Good.
I have no filter. Usually it's good. Try to put it towards good. And I'm anything but. I know every politician says, I'm not a career politician, but I mean, look at me. I mean, really, my knuckles are about an inch off the ground, guys. I mean, I'm as Neanderthal as they come. So I'm anything but a career politician. I think people feel safe and confident with that and having a fight for them.
I think people are tired of lifelong politicians. They're tired of the people who are in it for the career and not for really what they're supposed to do for their constituents. So you're a breath of fresh air, I imagine, which is probably why the establishment, quote unquote, really didn't want you in there.
Oh, yeah.
And so now being a commissioner, when you get in, I think you have these ideas of what's going on and what's happening and how you can make a difference. And then how did you find it was when you first went in? Was it as easy?
There's four commissioners plus the mayor. The mayor is really just a title, if you will. They have the same power than that of the commissioners do here in Longwood. 3 of the 5 control the majority of the voting of how we go as a city. So I, along with the 2 other commissioners that were elected along with me, just three votes right there. So we wanted to really progress our city forward. Our city is a beautiful historic district. We're about to have this huge grand opening of our new Ryder Park. It's a multi-million-dollar project that we put together, and it's going to be open this September 15th, this Saturday and Sunday. It's huge. Amphitheater there. We're going to have concerts there. And this city in the past, beautiful city, but it was always known as a city you drove through to get to Altamont, Lake Mary, Castleberry.
Right.
There was nothing anchoring someone there.
Right.
You know, other than my friend Jeff from Paint the Trail, like he does this Paint the Trail project where he's this fantastic artist, and people would stop and look at his work on the fence. That's really what we had, and some other small businesses that were, you know, that people would stop and eat at, and things like that. But nothing that really
Drew you there.
Somebody to get up there. Yeah, there's nothing to go into the Sunrail. Go right through the heart of our city, and then there's a stop there. What are we doing to make people get off that train?
Agreed.
So I started thinking that way. We voted in favor of medical marijuana dispensaries that opening up in our city. So people that, God forbid, you know, have cancer and in a lot of world of pain, they don't have to drive from Longwood to 42-minute drive down to, you know, South Orange Blossom Trail to the nearest location to pick up their actual physical prescription.
That's very forward thinking. Did that go through easily?
Oh, they had to, trust me, the villagers had their pitchforks and lanterns, trust me.
I have no doubt.
Walking into that meeting and then me walking out. But that's why I really feel that's what they put us there to do, you know, to have those fresh ideas, but more importantly, have the pulse of what the difference is. And you asked me this earlier, what have I noticed? Is being able to control those that are in front of you and recognize them as the vocal minority versus the silent majority. So there's 13 people that show up to our meetings in person, basically, as residents to watch our commission meetings each month, but we represent 15,000 people.
Right.
Right? So what I did is I realized that people weren't getting the word out on what we're doing in our meetings. It's at 6 o'clock on a Monday nights. Nobody can make that. If this wasn't my job, I couldn't make that because I'd be home with my son too.
Correct.
So long story short, I came up with an idea to put all of our meetings streamed live on Facebook. And again, forward thinking, and now we're out to like anywhere from 250 to 1,000 people each meeting. And from our city specifically that are now watching our meetings that never would watch it.
I love that because I think it's so important for the people to know what's going on. But you're right. You have dinner to make, you've got kids to take care of, you've got practices. So how awesome it is with the technology that you have to be able to stream it to people and reach more people. Because people, I believe, really do want to be involved and want to be educated. But it's really hard to maneuver through the minutia, I always say, of going to Google and trying to figure out what's going on in the city of Longwood. How cool to be able to see what's actually happening in the meetings.
Yes, sir.
You had a couple of comments. His voice is so good. He sounds like Liam Neeson. I will find you and I will love you. Brian Fenn, I love you. And Nikki and Maggie Rawls said, you're so humble. It's great to listen to you. And that's obviously the way that you guys are hearing him right now, that's what it is right now. You can feel it in the room. Immediately when you sat down, because you don't know, you're obviously a big presence. And so when somebody your size comes in, you're not sure what you're going to get. You know, somebody Brett's size, you don't expect to hear that voice, right? So somebody your size, you just immediately went into this really humble, I have a story to tell, and I appreciate you sharing that because I think immediately you set the tone for what we were going to talk about, and you can see all the hearts and the love that's going on.
That's awesome. Thank you. And if I can, Brett, those of you that are watching on UpLive, I'm new to it. One of the things, if I can make a sales pitch, if you don't mind.
No, that's why we're here.
That's a little bit different than that of Brett's, is that I've been on top of social media from day one as far as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook go, right? I have 600,000 on Instagram, something like 200,000 on Twitter. That's because as a wrestler. It's not because I'm anybody special. It's because I'm a 7 foot, 300-pound guy. People just want to go, wow, this guy's big. Click onto the next page. So I have a lot of followers because of that. And nonetheless, though, I've been very, not forced, but you learn to pick up on it very quickly and how to communicate with your fans, right?
Sure.
And if I'm going to put my name on something, like especially like something like UpLive, it's got to be good. It's got to be accessible, and it's got to be new. And one of the things that I like most about this, and I keep saying this, and I'll say it to the day I die, well, hopefully not to the day I die, and that is that this is the next big thing in social media platforming. This is one of a kind as far as your back and forth.
Correct.
In your communications with your fans, your family, whomever have you. I mean, if you're out there watching this right now, I implore you, I beg of you, tell me one other social media page you can go to and have the cornucopia of stuff flying at your screen right now.
I know, right?
That is,
it's all
UpLive.
over here. I'm watching. It's awesome.
You know, people can, you know, they can go from gifting people, you can go just from communicating, you can heart people, you can do all these different things that, again, I'm still new to it and still experiencing and learning because there's so much to it.
Right.
That you never really stop learning, and that's what's cool about it. It's very, very forward-thinking and progressive. And in my opinion, it's still not even hit the tip of the iceberg here in the States. This is going to blow up immensely.
I agree. And when Brett first came to me with the idea, I'm like, all right, I mean, I've never turned away any social media platform. Believe me. So if I can get on a camera, I'm golden. All right, so I mean, yeah, sure, let's do it. And if Brett's involved and you know that voice, I'm like, okay, well, Brett's really putting his strength behind it, then it must be awesome.
Yeah.
And so the first time I got on, and Facebook's a little different, that's what we're looking at here, but over here is our UpLive family, and then across here we have UpLive family. And so all these things get sent, and I am learning just like you. I'm relatively new, so when I see this stuff going in and this person's sending some amazing things times 35, I'm going, oh my God, I'm so excited, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yes.
Like, why am I excited?
Yes.
But I know I'm excited, and that's what's awesome about the platform. It's so
true,
cool. You get excited. It's almost like when you played the kid game and you had stuff, and you got all the different things, and this is the adult version where you're getting feedback, you're getting good stuff, you're getting treasures that people send to you, and it's a constant reward for just being on and doing good on the UpLive platform. And so, what's your plan for UpLive? What are your shows going to be focused on? Any particular thing?
It's usually like this. I never really generally talk about politics on this or my position. What I always use it for specifically is professional wrestling. I do a podcast after Monday Night Raw is over, right around 11:15 to about 12:15 at night, and then after that I usually take to UpLive, where now I can do back and forth Q&As with everybody that I took over from that podcast, because there's like millions of people that watch that, and try to bring it onto my UpLive channel, right?
Right.
And show them this new platform.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? And then talk to them that way. As I continue to do more broadcasts, I definitely want to start throwing my son on there, because we've got my son Jackson. He's nonverbal autistic. I want to bring as much awareness as possible to that subject. But like right as we speak, I've gotten him. I work with him every night, as well as a whole host of others who work with him. I'm not stealing credit here, but he's supposed to be nonverbal autistic, never supposed to be able to talk, right? We've got him to do 5 words in the last 6 weeks.
Wow, I've got chills.
Mama,
That's
dada,
amazing.
cheese, and yeah.
That's awesome. When he says the first one, like I feel like I would break down, like you just can't believe, because all of that work, and that means you're making progress. You've gotten in,
Oh my
right?
God, yeah. It's indescribable, and I'm sure I'm ruining some of these moments because I record everything, and I have all his first words legit live,
I love
like
that,
as
though.
they happened. You know, I used to annoy my wife to death with it because, like, she's not dressed or whatever. You know what I mean? She's wearing her nightgown or whatever, pajamas, me, my boxers, whatever. But I don't want to miss anything from him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want to miss anything
You don't wanna
from him
miss
at
it.
all. And I've been able to catch it.
That's so awesome. And then you have it to play back. You have it in your, I mean, and doesn't that help with as you're progressing? So you have a team of people who are helping, but I found that if the parents, I have several friends who have nonverbal autistic children, and I feel like the more the parents are involved and are really, really involved, not just leaving it all to the therapist,
Right.
it makes the world of difference to the progress that they make.
It does. From me taking my hands and taking his hand and putting them on my lips as I give him like P sounds or D sounds or whatever, so he can feel it out, and he's getting there.
That's so amazing. And he's 4.5.
4.5, yeah.
Jackson. I
Yeah.
love it. All right, so what's next on your agenda? Well, first of all, I'm very thankful. His birthday was yesterday, so big happy birthday to him. You're very busy. I know you've got a lot going on. What's next on your agenda? Any words of wisdom you want to share with them? Anything else that we haven't covered? I like to always leave them with something, maybe, your nuggets.
Sure. How about this one? This is an inspirational one. Everyone says that to live in proof that if they can do something, you can, right? And there's a lot of truth to that. but I'll do you one better. I started off my scholastic career taking the small bus to school in special education from 1st to 5th grade. I got clowned, I got made fun of, I got wedgied every single day. I'm not exaggerating that either, every single day. Until I learned about something called hard work and work ethic. And I did whatever I had to do to work my way out of that special education classroom and onto mainstream. From there, I never got anything short of first honors. And it's not because I'm smarter than the next person. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with work ethic and willing to outwork the person next to you. If you're able to outwork the person next to you, you'll be hired over them 10 out of 10 times. You'll get everything you want. And then once you hit that stride, then I would implore you guys to start putting things out to the universe that are positive, things that you've always wanted. Put it out to the universe. Act like you owe it, like it's owed to you. If you start doing that, I guarantee you'll get it all. It's how we got our son that we're not supposed to have, right? You know, and a million other blessings we've been blessed with. So there's 2 little nuggets.
Thank you. No, as many nuggets as you want. You're a joy, man. Thank you so much. Again, you don't know. When I heard the blueprint was coming on, I'm like, oh God. And then I said to Brett, I go, they know the dress code, right? Are we gonna come? What do we have? What are we all wearing?
You want to see my sweet wrestling?
I really wasn't sure, but listen, you never know. I have somebody on Friday who wanted to come, and they're a belly dancer, realtor, and snake charmer, and she wanted to bring her snake and her belly dancing. I'm like, I don't think the club's really gonna want you to do that. It's thank you very much. It's fascinating, but thank you for humbling yourself and sharing your story. I think it's so important. People obviously engage. There's lots of comments. And are you on Facebook at all?
Facebook is more my political page.
We just want to make sure that these people get to say hi back to them later, because that's how that works. Yeah. But thanks for sharing that story and being on here and taking time out. I really do appreciate it.
It's my honor.
Man, I appreciate you so much. Matt, the Blueprint Morgan. Matt Morgan. How can I say it in Brett TV? Matt!
Oh my God.
I will not do that. I won't be able to talk.
Hey folks, Brad Gomes, I'm here with the Blueprint Matt Morgan. Good Lord, he's 7 feet tall, 335,000 pounds.
That is
Thanks,
it.
Matt.
Woo! Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. All right. There he goes.
Brett. Only I can make fun of Brett. The rest of you do it, you're getting this.
That's it. There it is. Oh my God, that's awesome. All right, so who do we have next? Brett.
Yep, let me come
Here he comes. Here he comes. I love these shows. Makes me happy. And thank you to everybody who's sending me stuff on UpLive. I love you, and I'm going to learn all about what it means from this guy.
First of all, why do I feel so short all of a sudden?
All of a sudden, I know.
I mean, I feel like a dwarf or something. I was like, how did I get a small person? Anyway, and why is this seat sinking in? I don't know. Anyway, hey, first of all, thanks for having Matt Morgan here today.
Oh my God,
he's our celebrity. He's our ambassador for UpLive, and we have thousands of people from all over the world that are listening from UpLive. So we appreciate everybody tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday morning on the TED Show, and it's just amazing. But next,
okay, I'm
get
excited.
ready.
All right,
Get ready.
Back in.
This is going to be exciting. I'd like to introduce to you folks one of the greatest mentalists of all time. This guy travels the world entertaining and showing people how talented this individual is. And I'm telling you what, we're so happy and we're so blessed to have him part of the UpLive family. And it's amazing. And this guy is doing some phenomenal things. Man, when he can do things from 2,500 miles away to our owner on UpLive, and she's totally amazed, you know, that changes the
You know, I was a little afraid. And Nick and Maggie, we will tell you what UpLive is at the end again.
Yes.
But so when you said the mentalist, right? So you said the mentalist. I thought, this is it. This is my intervention. I had to look up what mentalist meant because I thought I was going to be diagnosed. Right. I wasn't sure what was happening with my mental health. But that has nothing to do with what the mentalist is.
Ted, don't get it twisted now.
No, I'm not getting it twisted. But, you know, I didn't know. And so when I looked Keith up, I thought, God, this is so cool to have somebody like him on the show. So
yep, he travels the world. He does what he does best. He makes things move. He makes your mind move. He can read your mind. He is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you what, I just love this guy. I met him a long time ago, and at the moment I laughed, I said, man, this is a really cool guy. First of all, he's got really cool hair anyway.
He does.
You know, he dresses like the $1 Million Man anyway. He's styling, he's profiling. And
he has a beautiful girlfriend.
oh my gosh, what a knockout. But
a knockout.
we won't talk about that right now.
Sorry, Keith.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you, Keith Kong, the Amazing. I'm telling you what, this guy's rocking and rolling. Come on over here, Keith.
Thank you for the introduction.
What's up,
styling
buddy?
today.
Look how styling he is, right? Oh my God, I'm feeling like I'm underdressed. What's
How's
up,
it
brother?
going, everyone?
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
being
having me
here.
here.
So yeah, I really did. So I didn't know what the mentalist meant or what mentalism was, and I thought this is it. Somebody's arranged my intervention, or I didn't know what was going on. That's my nightmare as an intervention. So I had to look it up, and then as I read more and more about you, I was fascinated. So tell them a little bit about you, and then explain what it is that you do.
Sure. So I'm a mentalist, which is basically a professional mind reader. And I travel and I perform at corporate events and colleges all across the country. I would take it a step further and say all around the world. I've been to over 30 countries, performed in China, Jamaica, Mexico, those are the ones that come, India most recently.
So you don't wake up and become a mentalist. How did you know you had this gift or this talent?
So I actually started on my 11th birthday. And a lot of the time, you said gift or talent. So a lot of the time people ask, like, is this real? Is this a trick? And I never like to say because I think that's all part of the mystery.
I absolutely agree.
So, you know, whereas if you were to go and see a magic show, you have a willing suspension of disbelief. You're seeing the magic,
right,
but you know it's fake, and you're okay with that because you're being entertained. With mentalism, you're unsure, and I love that. And
but how did you discover it on your 11th birthday? Which couldn't have been that long ago. At this moment in time.
13 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
So,
okay, my kids are your age. That's good. I need another cocktail. Go ahead. Tell me more about your 11th birthday.
Well, it was weird because I was the guy performing at my own birthday party. You know, most people, when they're 11 or around that age, they have a party. They might bring in a clown or a magician or something, and I was the guy going around, and I was doing it. People were enjoying it, and I thought this could be something. So fast forward 3 years, I was 14, I started doing my first shows for audiences of strangers and paid audiences. And these were bars and clubs, things like the Why Not Lounge.
Sure,
which
I remember
was
that.
a legendary venue that's now closed. But at the time, I wasn't old enough to even be in there. So they would literally escort me in, I would do my show, and then they would walk me back out.
Wow. So how do you so explain to them what happens at a show. Like, I mean, I would feel sorry for anybody who would try to read my mind. So I can't even imagine that. So how does it work? Do you pick somebody out of the audience? Do you have an idea when you're going in? Do you kind of size up the audience? And then what do people get from you when they're at do you call it a show? Do you call it a performance? Do you call it an event?
It's a show, an event. People say like do a trick or something. I don't call it tricks.
No,
I
wouldn't call it a
effects.
trick.
But I can show you something now if you'd like. It's easier
please,
to show you than to
please.
explain. So,
We're all about show and tell on this show for sure.
now, basically what I want you to do is think of somebody that I couldn't possibly know. So somebody that's obviously not here in this room right now, maybe nobody watching, but just nothing too obvious. And so I have this card here. I want you to just, once you have that person in mind, write their name on the card. Take a second to really burn it into your mind.
Okay.
And you can show the camera. This is just for insurance purposes. I won't look while this is happening. So go ahead and do that now.
Just the name?
Yeah, just the first is fine. And picture this person in your mind. I won't look while you do that. By the way, while this is happening, I just want to say hi to everyone on UpLive because as it was mentioned earlier, I am also on UpLive at Kong Mentalist. And I know we have some people watching right now. Hello, Ali's Attic. And I believe the Italian Mark was on there. So once you've done that, maybe show the name to the camera. Or don't. Completely up to you, and then fold it back into fourths.
Fourths, I got you. God, I'm nervous. Okay, I did it.
Perfect. I'll take the pen from you. Okay. Kind of angle this way, but
You angle how you want.
I can take this.
Okay.
All right, and it's important you can't see through this or anything like that.
Cannot.
Perfect. Now, do you know, you won't forget this person, obviously.
I will not.
Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Hold your right hand out just like this.
You know, I just had to think about whether I was right-handed or left-handed. I need help.
And I want you to see. We're just going to tear it up. You can't see through this. This is really thick stock. It's hard to tear it even. And just squeeze. Squeeze the pieces. And I want you to concentrate on this person for me.
Okay.
Just think in your mind, male, female, male, female. This is a male that you're thinking of, yes. Is this somebody that you know personally or someone? This is?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I supposed to answer?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just concentrate on them. See them in your mind. They're about just about that. Do they have dark hair?
Yes.
Dark eyes as well. Yeah. Say their name again and again in your mind. Say it again and again and again. Next time you see Donald, you'll have to tell me.
I really cannot believe he just did that.
Is that what you wrote?
I swear to God, that's what I wrote.
Come on.
Cannot make it up. That's exactly what I wrote.
Shut up, really?
I absolutely did. You cannot
What?
make that up. I can't.
Oh,
I was nervous for you. Now I'm nervous for me. Don't go back inside my mind, please. That is a bad, scary place to be for any human being.
Holy crap.
That was awesome.
You could do it.
You cannot make that up. Swear to God. That was great.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
So, an example of the sort of thing that I do.
My hands are sweating. I need another drink. Thank you. It's a little sweaty right there. I apologize. So how does this come to you? Does it just come as an image, or do you have... I'm fascinated. Come on. I don't know. Am I supposed to know? That's the great thing about it. I don't know.
Right. I think that naturally we're more intuitive than we give ourselves enough credit for, but at the same time, I also majored in psychology. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, so you would say, you know, it could go either way. I see some people on UpLive here saying hello, so what's up, guys? Thanks for watching.
I love it. What am I supposed to do with that, just since we're learning UpLive?
Right now you're getting a red packet. You can share that.
Okay, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, that would be best.
Okay.
And any of those social medias that you want to hit.
Does it matter?
No.
Which one's
Whichever
more
you
impact?
have.
That's the one.
There you go. And just go ahead and post. It's fine.
I'm learning.
There
Thank
go.
you for that.
So we're teaching UpLive. We're
Teaching
on
UpLive.
UpLive.
All right.
And hit open real quick.
Okay, we're learning.
Oh, Cootie Katie. Or Cootie Catty. Yeah, there you go. You got 5 U diamonds. So just hit that X.
Wonderful.
So that's a good thing right there.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Basically, people ask, is it real? Is it fake? And I never like to say, because it wouldn't matter. If I have people that come to the show, all kinds of people, and some are skeptics and some are believers. And if I said that this is all real and you were skeptical, you would think I'm lying. You wouldn't believe me. If you were a believer and I said that this was all just a trick, you would think that I was more powerful than I was letting on, and it was just some kind of...
But so is it easier to work with a skeptic or somebody who wants to believe? Or does it matter?
I don't know that it matters.
Because you're obviously he's in control. So you're in control of it, right? And you have I'll call it a gift. I think that's a gift that you have. I mean, I don't know how you pulled Donald out of there, because I just wrote the first guy name down that I've been thinking about lately. He's a great friend of mine. So when you travel, is it difficult to be in another country and do it, or is it just people are the same no matter what?
So, funny you should ask. The last place that I performed, I believe, was India. The last international place was India. And over there is a language barrier, which kind of surprised me because I've been to China, and some of the Chinese can speak better English than we can. It's crazy. But in India, there was a language barrier at times, and especially when it came to instruction. So, for instance, I said write the name, fold it up, things like that. In India, it was more visual things that they really enjoyed. And I can show you something else. Do we have time for something?
We have all at the time you want. Was it 12, 11? We have 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's more than enough time. So check this out. I have some spoons with me.
You
and
came
I want
prepared.
you to, yeah, I want you to take that.
Okay.
Actually, just go ahead and look at them. Make sure that they're ordinary spoons. On the back it says stainless steel or stainless china. You know, it's not like a cheap aluminum.
Right.
But they're solid. They're just real spoons. That's important. And it's also important to see that they fit together perfectly. Okay. So, can we scoot back?
We can scoot back. Anything you'd like?
So we're going to use one, and one will be the comparison. Which do you want to use? Just point to you want to use this one. So hold on to that. That is the comparison. Show it to the camera. Everyone sees. It's just a regular spoon. People always ask how this works. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll show you what it looks like.
Wow. Wow.
You can see that.
So what you might not have been able to see is that...
This is why we have the comparison. Wow. Check it out.
Oh, thanks, Blueprint. Matt! So what happened was, as he's just putting his hand over the spoon, this part, what do we call this? The handle started bending up. That's crazy.
They're calling me the devil on UpLive.
Oh, are they?
That's Tang.
But how do you know to do that? Like, the first time you did that, how did you know to do that?
Basically, it took me months, and I would sit in front of the TV and I would play with the spoon in my hand. I'll show you. Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
We did this earlier. Hold your left hand straight out, and bring your right hand on top, just like this. And you're going to rub on the spoon. It's going to get warmer. It's not going to get hot, but it'll get warmer. You're going to feel it almost starting to melt around the bottom palm, like a weird shape on top. Did you feel that? Mm-hmm. Good. Keep going. Good, 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 good. Stop. Take a look.
Wow.
And you can see
that's so amazing.
It's gone even more.
All right. Look, I'm here, guys. You know me. I mean, this is happening as we're live. Here, I can't believe it.
I'll scoot back, because people say, oh, thank you, Matt Morgan, for that.
Matt, yes, thank you, Matt, so much.
People always say, how does it work? Do you bend it and then make it look like it's bending? The answer is no. You actually see it as it happens. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's right in front of me, guys. You can't blame the vodka because there's 3 other people here, so. Yeah, that's unbelievable. All right, so no wonder you get to travel the world. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say they have a gift like that, but it ends up feeling like a big parlor trick, if you're old enough to know what that means.
Right, I know.
And so when I've seen people perform, usually there's some kind of, it just feels fake. It feels real with you. So that's a great thing. I mean, that's an amazing gift, I think.
Thank you.
And so you're so young. What is the long-term plan? To continue to travel the world and then retire at 30? I mean, what do you, I think I have bottles of wine older than you. What is it that you want to accomplish for the world? What are you trying to give back to the world? Because you obviously love what you do. You have a passion for it. You can feel it when you're talking about it. And there's not a fake bone in his body, by the way. You can't make this kind of energy up. And so what do you want to do long term?
Well, I think I'm just really passionate about a few things, and psychology is one of them. I've thought about I mean, you'll never really be done performing. And that's another point. If you know someone that's a performer, then you'll know that they're going to make it. You'll know whether or not they're going to make it because there'll be a million things that they can do. Like, I'm smart. I have a bachelor's in psychology. I thought about going for a master's. I put this ahead of it, though. And it's because even though I could do a million things, there's nothing else that would make me as happy as performing.
I love that.
And so I want to keep traveling. I just did a couple of shows in Colorado for some colleges down there. I'm working on some in Maine and Arizona for spring of next year. And so it's colleges and corporate events for now. But I think the end goal would be to have my own theater sort of show, probably somewhere like New York.
I love that. You have to have the long-range goal, right? Because even though travel's amazing. I never want to stop traveling. but to have, there's always this ultimate goal of what you want to do. Performing at colleges is awesome, but your gift, I mean, to bring it to so many more people, maybe in a more compact area, so you're not traveling so much, would be really awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I mean, that was fascinating. I'm still amazed at the bending the spoon and the Donald thing. I can't wait to show my friend Donald this. He's not going to believe it. Because that was somebody completely off the radar that there's no way you could have known who I was talking about. I didn't pick my kids. Sorry, kids. I love you, but that was going to be too easy in my mind. And isn't that funny? Because you immediately go in and I'm going to try to trip him up, right? You think about that when you're on the receiving end or you're doing it with you. Like, I can't believe he's going to pick that name. Let me pick the most far-removed person on the planet. And Donald, probably nobody would even know we're friends except a small group of people.
Right.
So, very cool. All right, any parting words of wisdom you want to share with them? Anything you want to leave them with? We obviously are going to share all of Keith's contact information, how you can reach out to him, how maybe you could book him for your event. But anything you want to share with them before we head out? We bring Miss Jenny Lee on.
Sure. I'll start with the follows and stuff like that. For social media and everything, I'm on UpLive, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Kong Mentalist. My name is Keith Kong, like King Kong, so it's easy to remember.
I actually put King Kong in once, and I'm like, why can't I find him? Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I didn't have parting words planned, but I will, I guess, say one of my favorite quotes. Or phrases. It's a Latin phrase, and it's Mundus vult decipi, which translates in English to the world wants to be deceived. And I love that because I think it applies to everyday life and especially to what I do.
You're a joy, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
having
coming
me.
on. I mean, that was really, I'm still, that's going to sit with me for a while. And I think that's what's also awesome about what you do. Because if you're in it and you've touched it and you're part of it, you go, look, I was there and I don't know how it happened. So I'm fascinated. I think all of us are fascinated by that. So thank you so much for being on.
No problem with magic. There's that ta-da moment. And here, it's like an anti-ta-da. It's not a big, applause moment, but it resonates longer, and I love that.
That's correct. That's exactly right. I'm going to remember that and go through my mind probably 5 times on how in God's name you could know it was Donald when I folded that up 4 times over. But that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and thank you for taking the time. Thank you for bringing your beautiful girlfriend, Christine, right? Sarah. Why did I think Christine?
Christine's from UpLive.
Oh, Christine from UpLive. Thank you. So this is what happens when you get old. You start to mix names together. And but Sarah, thank you for coming and filming everything. And so next we don't know where Brett went, but we're gonna bring on Jenny Lee before my next show. And Jenny Lee's over here. And you guys are familiar with Jenny Lee. She's been on the show before, but she's got a great story, and we're gonna bring her on. I'm not gonna be able to do the whole. And we're going to talk about Jenny Lee, or whatever that is.
All right, so
that's perfect. Thank you, brother, so much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you. That was so good. It was really good. The other thing is, whenever you're doing live like this, I actually got nervous for him because I thought, what if it doesn't work? And I'm like that when I watch anything where there's performance. So come on over. Yeah, come on over, Jenny Lee. And thank you for the cars. And I mean, I've got tons and tons of people who are sending us lots of love. Brett, I love you too. I don't know where he went live. He's probably out there yelling in the lounge.
The
Wi-Fi. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I've been live the whole time. So, Jenny Lee, welcome.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have you back.
Thank you for having me back.
Oh my gosh, so is your book finished? So give them a little bit because they might not remember from the last show.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been like two months?
Yeah, 2 or 3 months. But tell them a little bit about you and your background, and we want to eventually get to your book.
Okay. I've been writing this book for on and off for 3 years, and it's about, I'm deaf, first of all. I try my best to relive and to hear you.
You do phenomenally well.
I try.
I mean, with Brett around, you probably don't have to try that hard.
But anyway, the story is about, I was kidnapped for 4 years, and I actually wrote from the beginning of when I was a child what lead me to that point. So that my whole life I've been bullied since I was 5 years old because I went to a hearing school and I had no interpreter and I had no help. I was on my own. And I had to speak up very early about what I did not like because I couldn't understand anything. And then I went to a deaf school when I was about a sophomore year in high school. And that's when I got an interpreter and I learned sign language. And then I met this man who helped me against my will with guns. And it was horrible for a year. It was a nightmare, but I finished the book, but right now it's with the book editor. Her name is Julie, and she's almost finished. And she just texted me today, and she said, I'm almost finished. I can't believe it. Because she said, I'm really addicted to it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you've got a story that's unique. And was it healing for you to write it?
Yes, because the reason why, well, actually, how I cope with the pain of the past, I was taking morphine for more than 25 years. Wow. To numb my mind, I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to think about what happened. So that's how I survived. That's how I got myself through it. And then 3 years ago, I got off the morphine because it was like a bad habit.
Sure. So
then my mind all of a sudden got clear. And I'm like, oh no, I'm thinking about the past. I didn't want to think about it. So I went to counseling, and the counseling suggested, why don't you write a book to get your feelings out?
Sure.
And that's what I did on and off for the past 3 years.
Wow.
And then it became a book. And I said, why not I share my story with, with other people, maybe
well,
some of them.
I love your story. I think so. I know a little bit, but I want to. One question that I got asked a lot after you were on the show last time. Were you born deaf, or did you have something when you were a kid that caused it? Because your speech is really good, I think. I think your speech is excellent.
Well, thank you. Well, I became deaf when I was 6 months old. 6 months old. Because of high fever. The high fever damaged my nerves, and I've been deaf ever since. But I got a cochlear implant 4 years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did that make a world of difference?
Oh my gosh, I could hear everything.
Oh, see what a blessing that is.
I could hear everything.
Did you cry the first time they put it in? I would have cried. I'm going to cry with you. You ever seen those videos?
I was in tears, and my first, well, when I got the cochlear implant that day, they took me to the Celebrate at a Japanese restaurant, and that was a mistake. Because it was too much noise.
Oh, too much noise, sure.
It scared me,
Who would
and
think,
I took it off.
because you're not used to hearing all that noise. Oh, yeah, I would not think about that.
This guy was chopping away, he was throwing the knives, and then making the onions go on fire, and I was like, wow, this is a noisy world. I don't know how you guys put up with that.
So you've had to learn to adjust.
Yeah, I had to adjust, but I took the cochlear implant off for 2 months. After what happened, I just couldn't do it. And then I went back to it, and I put it back on, and I got used to it now. And I enjoy listening to music, and I enjoy listening to sound.
Right. But the journey isn't all like, and you share what you want, but you've been super. I love it because you're super honest on your Facebook page and on what you share.
Yeah.
And so it hasn't always been. You went through a terrible time.
Yeah.
I want to just revisit, and we'll do a summary in a little bit about how you were kidnapped and how you were held captive for so many years. I think, though, you've been super honest about how lately you've had struggles. And I think people don't, they see us on these shows, and they think, oh my God, they've got it all together. They've figured out the formula. And most times that's not the truth. We all go through struggles.
I still remember it like it was yesterday. It's not easy to forget about the past.
Yeah.
I mean, even
It's
though
not.
I try to go forward, but I think telling my story helps me to heal and to accept it, you know, about what happened. And how I met the kidnapper, it was that, like a rehab. Because I was bullied all my life, and I was like depressed, and so I went to the rehab for depression. Sure. So that's how I met him, and he gave me all the attention. which I never got any attention.
You weren't used to that, and so it
Right.
felt good. You needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we got out of the rehab, we dated, but I didn't want to be with him because he looked dangerous to me, like he not normal.
Right.
Because I grew up with a normal family, and he was just, something was off about him. And then when I was with him for 1 month, and then I told him I want to break up, I want to leave. That's when he held the gun against me and said, "You're not going anywhere, you're staying with me." And he told me with the gun.
And he made a lot of threats too, right?
Yeah, it was horrible. He was threatening to kill my family and my friends at school. He threatened my life.
So I mean, so that's going to be in the book, right? But tell them, because I think it's amazing how you finally were able to get out of it.
Oh, I got out of it because he shot me.
Did you
missed.
hear what she just said? He shot her. Finally, he did what he said he was going to do.
And he shot me, but he missed. He was like right here, and he missed, and he went through my arm and out back. And he was in panic because he knew other people in the building probably heard the shot. And I told him I should pretend you're cleaning your gun. And that's how I got out of it. And then I told the police at the emergency room he helped me against my will for 4 years, and I was so happy in the emergency room.
You finally got out of it.
And I was free.
Right. But it took you getting shot. Did you
Yeah,
guys hear that?
to get out.
You got shot.
Yeah.
But once you're in that, what happens? I know you know this. You really do become fearful, and it becomes a way of life because he threatened your family, he threatened your dog, which always that story makes me sad. And he threatened you, and so it becomes this thing where you actually are really truly afraid that if you do anything to save yourself, that you are going to be hurt, or your loved ones, or someone, or a fur baby is going to be hurt. And so I think it was so awesome. I mean, the timing, not that I'd want anybody to go through a gunshot, but thank God that the coward finally did that. Now, is he gone forever? Are we done with him? We hope he's finished, or we don't know.
My book will be published very soon,
love it.
And I'm really excited.
I can't wait.
And
What's the title of your book? Are we
Well,
allowed to
that's
say?
the sad part.
That's the sad part.
We actually had to change it because of copyright.
Oh, no way.
So maybe we're coming to you, Ted. So if you could figure out another name for her book, we'll give you a credit.
All right.
Right now, we're thinking of a name for it because I had a good name, but they said that it's already been used. So right now, I'm brainstorming a title that summarized my whole life.
Maybe we get the audience, Ted.
We could get the audience. Since you've just heard bits and pieces of Jenny Lee's story, please come up with something. Send it to her. Send it to me.
Yeah. The person that comes up with the credit for the book that Jenny Lee and Julia and Scott, our investor, hey, we'll give them a credit.
I love it. Right?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's hard, but your story, I can't wait for people to hear it because I think people don't believe that stuff really happens. And it really does happen.
Yeah.
And then you're already dealing with, you've already come through so much to get to where you were, and then to be basically taken advantage of and having to take many steps backwards in your journey, and then to finally break free, and then to be able to live to talk about it, I think is a blessing.
Right. And I've been bullied since I was 5 years old, and I'm still bullied today.
So you mentioned that a little while ago. I don't want you get as deep as you want, but a little while ago on your social media, you talked about how you were being bullied. And as adults, I think we really need to label it that. We need to stop saying it's the mean girls or it's the mean boys, or you really need to say what it is, which is bullying.
I always thought bullying was stopped in high school.
I don't believe that.
But you still bully today, even an adult. I thought
Give her an example. Give Ted an example.
Yeah, give me an example.
What happened with the photographer lady?
I had some people in the deaf community making fun of my nose, making fun of my look on Facebook.
Can we talk about that? So in the deaf community, a community that is already challenged in its own right, and they already are dealing with things on their own, and their own bullying, and their own people shying away from them and not knowing, they're giving you a hard time, who's part of the community, because of your nose.
Yeah, and my look and the way I sign, everything. And every time I go to a group or party, there's someone else have to ruin that. You know, they would make up stories and lie about me.
My gosh.
And then my group of my friends doesn't want to see me anymore
Carlos, that's
because
awesome.
they believe the rumor.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No, it's ridiculous.
Carlos from UpLive, our senior admin, just came up with a name that I think you might like.
Oh, what's the name?
Break Free.
I like that.
Carlos, that's awesome. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just thought that was incredible.
That's good.
I'll put that down. Break
Yeah,
free.
we're gonna write that down, Carlos.
I like that, Carlos.
For the movie and for the.
Oh, that's right. There's a movie.
There's a movie and a book
Yeah.
that Jenny Lee is doing. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
Go
Oh
ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
fine. But that is a good name.
But I think you're right about the bullying, and so you were dealing with that very recently, and
Yeah.
so that's one thing that I want to get out there to other people, that if people are giving you a hard time, they're in your community, whatever, call it what it is. It's bullying, and I think that we need to stand up more, and we need to not give people a hard time for saying I'm being bullied by these people. We need to stand up to them more, because as adults, what happens if you're ever bullied as a kid, you immediately retreat back and you still allow that bully to do the things that they're not supposed to be doing in the first place. So shame on them, because a lot of bullies, well, that's a whole nother discussion about why bullies grow up and continue to bully. But I'm sorry that you went through that.
I know.
And are you feeling better now?
I'm trying to be strong.
You're being strong.
And I did post a vlog on Facebook saying I'm going to be strong, and a lot of people support me with a lot of positive comments. But it helps me, because I was ready to deactivate my Facebook and forget it. But I decided to stay on track with Brett's help. My manager.
Brett's amazing, right?
He helps me to get through this, and so I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to keep going. I want to get my book published. I'm going to get my movie, and to help other people.
And talk about the way that your nose was broken and what you need to do to fix it.
Oh, my nose has been broken for many years from that kidnapper, and I never got it fixed. And it's kind of crooked, and I can't breathe. And I have nose infection that would not go away.
Wow.
And I can't breathe like at nighttime when I go to sleep. But sometimes when I talk, you notice that I'm struggling to breathe when I'm talking. And I went to the nose specialist, and they told me I need to get it fixed. So
it's not just, first of all, I don't think your nose looks bad at all, so shame on all of you for giving her a hard time. But if it's important for your health to get it fixed.
Yeah, so I could be able to breathe
so
better
you're
and
able
no
to breathe.
infection. But I still have infection every day, and I have to take medicine for it to keep infection away. The doctor told me the only way the infection would stop if I get the surgery. And I did create a GoFundMe page, and that when and everybody started making fun of me about the GoFundMe page. They didn't like it. And I say, I can't breathe. But other people help other people with a dog who got sick, but they don't want to help me because I can't, I'm
GoFundMe is an entry. That's a whole other discussion. Yeah, it's funny because they don't view you as helpless, and in reality, it's not that you're helpless, that you're trying to help people. You just want to help people. So stop thinking so hard about what you're doing, and just give if you feel moved by it. And we'll share all of Jenny Lee's contact information and everything at the end of the show. So we're going to find a book title for you.
Yeah.
So please, and Shelley, thank you, Shelley. Swift has put a whole bunch out there, so we'll respond to those, Shelley. Thank you. And we're finished. Well, I need you to give them some parting words of wisdom or anything you want to share with them before we head out from this amazing hour plus of the show. And she said, you're beautiful, Jenny. God bless you for speaking out.
Thank you for having me.
I'm always blessed to have you on here.
And
always.
He's a great friend.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing, right? How can you not be motivated? Every time she tells her story, I want to cry. But when I read some of the things that you do, that you post on Facebook and other social media, I'm moved. I'm moved to tears, and we want to support you. So just know that there really are people around you that support you, because it's super easy to get caught up in the negativity. So,
Yeah.
all right, so we've got Jenny Lee, Barrett Schulman, Keith Kong, Sarah behind us, Dallas, Kelly Astro just walked in. I've got good periphery vision. She's my next guest. So today was amazing, Brett. Thank you so much for bringing everybody together.
And Ted, thank you so much. On behalf of UpLive and over the 100,000 users around the world, we thank you for being on your show today and bringing awareness to the bullying aspect, for having the BP Matt Morgan on here, having the Mentalist, world-famous Keith Kong on here today, and Jenny Lee, of course, talking about her story and what we can do to help her out. And I'm telling you what, it's been a beautiful day. We're so thankful to have you as a friend and also as a host of UpLive. We're asking everybody to go out there and download the app, be a part of the real deal, and just enjoy yourself and have a great day. And we love everybody out there.
We love
Thank you so
all
much.
of you. Mwah! We'll see you in a bit. Thank you.